Hi everybody, welcome to Nursing 142, Health Assessment Concepts. My name is Mrs. Zaharchuk and I'm going to be your instructor for this course. As you know, you have opted to take the blended course, which means 3.5 hours will be asynchronous each week where you don't show up for class, but you've got activities to complete. And then 3.5 hours will be on ground, which in this case we're meeting Fridays 8 to 11:30. So I wanted to go over some things with you before we meet because you will have some assignments due before your first day of on-ground class. You already have found Start Here or you would not be listening to this presentation. So if you look under Start Here, you're viewing the video presentation right now, you will find the syllabus, which you should review before class. There are points that I'm going to go over with you, but I won't be reading the entire thing. So it's your responsibility to make sure that you know the expectations for the course. The second thing I want to show you is the schedule. This lets you know what the content will be and also when there will be exams and so forth. So you're going to want to print that out. I would highly recommend it and put it in a binder. If you are very organized with online content, that's great. But if you need some help, this is the first time you've taken a blended course, you probably want to print some of this stuff out so that you have it to refer to. So you can see each week what we're going to be working on. Your first exam is going to be Friday during week 3, and you can see when the rest of the exams and activities will be. So that's going to be helpful for you. We'll go back to the Start Here and look at the reading list. This gives you all of your reading assignments, which are required. And each week you can see what you're going to have due. And again, I would recommend printing this out or organizing it in some manner online. So week 1, this shows you in your textbook. And of course, we use the Pearson textbook, exactly what pages you have to read, what you have to read in the skills book. It shows you what you're required to do on My Nursing Lab and also what you have to do in ATI. So that gives you an idea of where to look so that you know where to find your reading assignments for each week. Okay, and it does go by weeks, so make sure you're not just looking at one page because this particular one goes over 2 pages. There's lesson 1 and lesson 2, so make sure that you're paying attention to that. The product codes that you're going to need, I have them listed here for My Nursing Lab. The course ID is Nurse 44098. All you have to do is go in and enter that and you should be good to go. ATI, you're going to have to click on this one and it brings up a PDF of your product code, which is right here. So you're going to want to click on that. We were required to attach it so that you would have it. Before I get into the content, I just want to show you around a little bit. If you're looking for grades, and I'm going to talk about what the grading system is going to be when we meet, you're going to go under Assessments and Grades, and you'll be able to see what your scores are after I have entered them. For attendance, it's very important that you keep track of your attendance because you really can't miss any classes. This is only a 6-week course, and if you miss one, that's pretty much your max. So make sure that you're saving your missed classes, and that includes online as well. And I will get more into that when we meet. But you can, if you're not sure, or you think maybe I missed seeing you or something like that, which shouldn't happen, you can check your attendance and make sure you do so on a regular basis. So I have it back to the home page. And we're going to get into, I just want to go over the assignments and how you're going to navigate that because again, you are going to have assignments that you have to do on your own in order to meet the objectives for the course. So I like to go under Content Browser here and then just go to Content, and that will spread it all out for you so that you can see it. We've got the Start here, right there, your product codes and everything. And then you can look right at week 1. If you want to click on week 1 to bring it up to the top, that might make it easier. I have an overview each week. So for this week, we've got the concept of health assessment, which is an online presentation. Interview and health history, which is an online presentation. Documentation and reporting, we will do in class. Your requirements for online attendance are going to involve the concept of health assessment video and health history and interview video. Now, how will I know that you completed that? Well, I'm going to show you. It is an interactive video where you will log in and I can see that you completed the activity. So that's important that you complete those each week. So I will have an overview. There's a note here, all online requirements must be completed each week by Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. in order to receive attendance credit. So you've got plenty of time to complete it. The difference between you and the other day class is that you don't have to sit in class an extra 3.5 hours. You still have 3.5 hours worth of work to do, but you can choose when you do it. So that's a bonus right there as long as you can manage your time. I've also put your reading here that comes from the sheet that I showed you. You can refer to either one, but I put it here just to make it a little bit easier. I've also included the article for the first week that you are required to read. The watch section is where all of your required attendance videos are going to be. I've kept the format the same, pretty much the same each week because it's only a 6-week course, just to make it easier for you. I know variety is fun, but it can get a little stressful when you have to, when you have to move so quickly. So I've kept the format the same. So what you're going to do, and again, I have this written here, you're required to view and participate in the narrated interactive videos by no later than Wednesday of each week at 11:59 p.m. Students who do not complete the work by the due date are going to be marked absent. And I really am not going to make any exceptions for that. If you've got computer issues, you got to hop on somebody else's computer or go to the library or something. So, you want to try to save your absences for the on-ground class when you're sick or you have some other kind of emergency. So, and then under here I have the due, and these are my nursing lab and ATI. So you're going to want to work on those modules. They aren't required for attendance, but in order to be successful in the class, you need to complete these activities. Down here, I have the PowerPoints that correlate with the videos that you're going to be watching. I highly recommend that you print them out and take notes as you're going through the videos so that when you're studying later, you don't have to rewatch the videos. You can just look at the notes that you took while you were listening and watching. So I'm going to back up here because I want to show you the format for the videos. Let's look at the first one, the concept of health assessment presentation. These open up in something called Edpuzzle. It's not going to show you on my account because I'm already logged in, but the first time you click on this from your computer, it's going to say log in as a student, and that's what you're going to click on. And then you're not going to have a login yet, so you're going to create an account, and you need to put your first and last name and your email address. It's free. You're not going to be bothered by emails, but this is the way that I'm going to track your attendance. So please make sure you put your first and last name when you create your account. Once you create the account, going forward, then you can just log in. So let's look at this video and how it's going to come up. This is how it's going to look, and it's going to say Edpuzzle, and you're just going to start it. I hope. Okay, so all you're going to do is start it, and I'll start talking. You don't need to hear that right now. But as you go along, there are going to be questions that pop up. Now, this does not allow you to I don't think it allows you, yeah, it does allow you to forward, but it doesn't allow you to rewind. So you're going to come to these questions, and the video will automatically stop, and a question is going to pop up or show up right below here. And it's going to ask you a question that you need to answer in this box and submit it. Okay, so that just lets me know that you're paying attention, that you're applying the knowledge, and it gives you the attendance for the week. So it's just like sitting in class, and it's activities that we would be doing together in class, and certainly that I'll be doing with the other classmates. So there's a number of them along the way. Make sure you answer all of them and that you submit them by the due date. So for week one, all you have to do is watch these two videos and, of course, complete the interactive questions within the video. You will notice here that I have YouTube videos with captioning. Those are for students with hearing impairments, so it's the same content, it just has captioning. So if you've already viewed the Edpuzzle videos, you do not need to view these. These are just YouTube videos that are provided for hearing impaired students. So I hope that overview helps just to get you started. Again, you're going to have to complete the online work for week one before we meet on Friday. And the reason for that is we've just got to hit the ground running and keep on going. And we will talk more in detail about the expectations, about the assessments when we meet on Friday. And we'll also talk about components of the syllabus. So I look forward to meeting you.